All right, guys. So I got into I guess I would call it an argument more than a debate, um, with a family member recently. And this family member said that I should ask people, just kind of take a survey and ask people what they think. And my reply, as tends to be the case with me, is that is an appeal to the majority fallacy. What most people think does not necessarily mean that whatever that is correct, true, right, or whatever. But, and I stand by that, but I am just curious. Just really, I'm just curious as to what people think. So, a lot of people just really don't want to really involve or whatever, don't want to really do anything, and that's fine. But if you do, and if you'll just take a moment, you can be as vague, as general, or as detailed as you would like. Um, so I guess I've got two different scenarios, and I'm going to do my best to explain. The second one is complicated, and I think part of the problem is I'm not good at specifically stating what I mean, but I'll try my best. Okay, scenario one. You I'm just going to have to make up something here that kind of works. Let's say you make $30,000 a year. And with that $30,000 a year, you can put, that's not a whole lot, but let's say that after all of your bills and everything, you're somehow able to make things work with that. And you're able to give, like, say, $10 a month to a charity. Now, just to eliminate all arguments that kind of defeat the purpose of this, let's assume that we know that this charity is very good at what they do. There's not like one administrator that's making like 90% of the money or some kind of bullshit like that. Like they really do care about what they're doing, and a vast majority of the resources are efficient in handling whatever the problem is. So in 2 years' time, and you giving $10 a month, this is going to be kind of like up in the air, but it's not it, that it's exact isn't really important to my whole point here. What is important is like the general idea. So let's say that you're able to help within 2 years' time, you're able to, quote, save the lives of 200 people, just random number. Um, so that's scenario one. Scenario two is, well, before I start, I'm purposefully not explaining which position is which and which one is mine, although some of you will kind of know just by knowing me. But because I'm actually curious about what you think here. I'm 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 actually more interested in why you think what you think. Like the details, the specifics. That's what I'm really after. But at the very least, if all you have time for or all you really want to get involved with is a quick answer, that's better than nothing. But anyhow, uh, distracted and going all over the place. Scenario two: you make 30,000 a year, exactly the same, but let's say that in if you were to save like hardcore, like penny pinch to the point where you like you're you're hoarding all of your resources and like barely doing anything for yourself that's not absolutely necessary purposefully, so that within 1 year's time you're able to create your own business. So this isn't going to be perfect because you can't read the future. That's always the case. So we're going by probability here. So in this scenario, let's say that there's a 70% chance that after that year of saving, you're able to allocate the funds that you've saved into creating a business that generates $100,000 per year. So this isn't exactly how it went, but the general gist is still the same, and that's all that really matters. So in scenario 2, you are purposefully not donating right now. And yes, there are people in the moment who are not going to be saved as a result. You're not directly, or at least in this scenario, you are not directly contributing to causes that you care about. But you're doing so for a reason. Because in scenario 2, instead of that $10 a month, you're looking to hit that threshold. Let's say that you need an exact amount of money in order to open up the business. This covers everything that you could possibly need, all of your like overhead costs and all that. It's taken care of. And then after that point, there's a 70% chance or so that you can make $100,000 a year. So in the second scenario, you've went a year without donating like $10 a month or whatever. So that's $120 a year. This is going to be way off on like what I said about 100 200 people, whatever, but it doesn't matter. What matters is like the entire point of this whole exercise. So after the first year in scenario 2, let's say that you are able to create a successful business and you make $100,000 a year. You are able to probably quadruple or maybe even go 5 times what you were able to donate originally within just that year. So within just that 1 year, you wait 1 year, you don't donate anything, but from the start point of year, the first year, and all the way up until the second year, you have quintupled potentially the amount of money that you can donate, and therefore the number of lives you can save. So of course you have to throw out the possibility that you're wrong, or like let's say that you think that you have a pretty decent likelihood of being able to make this business work. So there, of course, that's a chance. You can't read the future. So all we have is probability, or at least perceived probability based on our own perception. So I think what this really breaks down to, that its major components, the argument is it better to help less people in the long run, but do so immediately? Or is it better to help more people, drastically more people in the long run, but people right now are suffering? Yeah, I don't want to add certain things because it'll bias the results. But yeah, I hope that I've done a decent job of explaining the second scenario. So one hang up that I know comes is in the second scenario, to some, it will sound like you are putting basically saving like the same amount that you would be donating, right? And you're just saving it and that's it. That's all you're doing. So the whole idea, at least in what I'm describing right now, is that you're just going to save it up and then donate that same amount that you're able to save over 2 years, and it'll just be one big donation instead of branched out. That's not what I'm saying. Just to be clear. What I'm saying is the longer you take, let's say that you're donating every single month, the longer that it takes for you to reach that exact amount that you need in order to start this likely successful business, the more like money that you're spending, even on charity or whatever, the longer it takes, which means like assuming that you're able to create this business and from then on you're able to make at least $100,000 a year or even close to it. Theoretically, at least, big picture, you are able to. It's not only like that one time, like say, I'm having trouble explaining exactly what I mean here. So in the first scenario, one, you are helping people immediately. That's true. And you're giving money. However, in the second scenario, let's say that in the first scenario, you also have the capability of doing scenario two, meaning that you have an idea that you think is likely to generate income a lot more than you currently make. And instead, you're going to choose. Let's make it that because that works better. And you're going to choose to spend money now instead. So if you look at it across, let's say, 3, 4, 5 years, in scenario one, it's going to probably take like, I don't know, like 2 or more years for you to reach the amount of money that you need to generate enough to start that business. Let's say that that's what you want to do. I guess this helps to illustrate it better. So it's not only that, yes, you're giving them money now and you're doing so like every month, every week, whatever, but it's causing it to take longer for you to get to that point. And let's add here, the entire reason why you are saving this money is to start your business, which you plan on investing a massive percentage of your entire income to charity. That's the whole purpose of this entire thing, right? So assuming, this may not be the case, I guess this is sort of what I'm looking for. Assuming that your goal is to help the most people as possible, would you give the money now and take longer in order to reach your goal? Or on the second one, you reach your goal within a year and then you can quintuple the amount that you're able to donate. Not only then, not like you quintuple from the 2 years that it takes to do that, the amount that you would have spent in 2 years doing it monthly, right? But it's not just that, it's also going forward. So you're able to still keep that exact same rate going forward every single year, assuming that you're going to continue doing so. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. That's the best I can explain. It's not perfect, but yeah. So really curious to see what people think about this one. Thank you for your time.